Okay, well, y'all have been asking to see it. Here it is. Hey, Carlee's hair looks kind of good on me, doesn't it? Here we go. There's her mugshot. Oh, man. Now, you know, the Hoover PD could have at least given this girl her wig back before this mugshot. I mean, I guess at least she flat ironed her hair before taking the picture. No lashes, no makeup. Why the fuck is she smiling? Why is she smiling? Like, you got arrested. You got caught. Oh, who am I to judge? If I got arrested, I'd probably smile in my mugshot too. But damn. She doesn't look anything like all those pretty pictures of her that we saw. You know what? I think I need to start using a volumizing shampoo because I look good with a little extra volume in my hair. Oh, God, y'all. I just can't.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to do an update on the Carlee Russell story as she has been arrested and charged in relation to faking her own kidnapping. Okay, everybody should be familiar with the story of Carlee Russell, who basically faked her own kidnapping by making up this crazy story that wasn't really believable in the first place of seeing some baby walking on the highway, right, naked baby, and she got out the car to try to save the baby or something and got kidnapped by the white man. And, you know, she ended up turning up at home a few days later and then basically admitted that it was all fake. Okay. And, you know, she has really pissed off a lot of people who were supporting her because, you know, they decided to believe her, right? Because you're supposed to believe all women, and they believed that she was actually kidnapped. However, that was not the case. I'm not entirely sure why she did it. Rumors are it was some dispute between her and her boyfriend is why she did it. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but that's what the rumors are. What I do know is that the same people that supported her are now pissed, right? You have people out here who are actively rooting for the criminal justice system to throw the book at Carlee Russell for faking her kidnapping, wasting taxpayer money, and making people worry about her.
Happy Friday, guys. I just got home. I just watched the news conference. You're getting my first reaction, so let's talk about it. Let me move my beautiful self on over into the corner. So Carlee, she got arrested, and she was booked and then bailed the hell out as quick as hell on false reporting to a law enforcement officer, $1,000 bond, up to a year in jail. Falsely reporting an incident, $1,000 bond, up to a year in jail. All misdemeanors. Guys, but don't fret. Carlee going to jail. Allegedly for educational purposes only. Carlee is going to jail. She looks beautiful right here. She's smiling, but she going to jail. I don't know if she knows it yet, but she going to jail. Do you know why she going to jail? I'm about to tell you. And it's not because of this man, this granny right here, somebody's fine granddaddy. Didn't he? Let me tell you something. Chief did not come to play today. He come to slay, and the hell he did. Look how handsome he looks. I think that's like a periwinkle suit with like a light pink stripe. Maybe it was a white stripe. I don't know. A pink tie. Look, that floral handkerchief. And he has his glasses on. Do y'all call it handkerchief or handkerchief? I don't care. Anyways, he looked amazing. And he's like, you know, all we could charge her with was misdemeanors. But then he said, I would like to welcome to the stage, holy hell, Alabama's Attorney General Steve Marshall, and that's when I knew that Carlee was going to jail. As soon as I saw Uncle Steve, he's not my uncle, but I mean, we know each other. We don't. As soon as I saw him, I was like, Carlee's going to jail. Because he said, look, this has been embarrassing for the whole state. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this case over. I'm going to take the files down there to Montgomery with me. I'm going to look over them, and then I'm going to file some charges against Carlee for some felonies. He didn't say that, but that's just, it's not what you say, it's what you don't say. And he was asked by one of the reporters if there was a possibility for felony charges coming toward Carlee, and he said, I have no comment. A no comment is a comment.
Continuing our coverage of the Carlee Russell case, WVTM 13 has team coverage for you tonight following Russell's release from jail. Chip Scarborough is standing by for us in Hoover this afternoon.
Yeah, we begin with WVTM 13's Lisa Crane live in Birmingham. Carlee bonded out earlier today, but this case is far from over, Lisa.
Yeah, that's right, Guy and Brittany. She left her attorney's office right here behind me late this morning, and not long after that turned herself in to Hoover authorities at the Hoover jail. Now that begins the legal part of this very bizarre case. Now authorities held a press conference this afternoon, not long after she actually bonded out of jail, and they announced she is facing 2 misdemeanor charges. Each charge deals with making a false statement to police and carries up to a year in jail and a $6,000 fine. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis said, like many others, he too is frustrated Carlee won't face more serious charges. I asked Carlee's attorney this afternoon if Carlee was relieved to hear the charges against her.
I don't think anyone feels relieved about being charged with anything where there's a possibility that you're looking at jail time. So I don't think anyone feels, and certainly Carlee is a young lady that is having difficult issues right now, but hopefully she'll work through them.
Now, another major announcement during that news conference is the fact that Attorney General Steve Marshall's office is going to be prosecuting this case. WVTM 13's Chip Scarborough now joining me live from Hoover with that part of the story. Chip?
Yeah, Lisa, Attorney General Steve Marshall says he plans to prosecute this case to the fullest. He says he agreed to take on the case after being asked by the Hoover police chief himself. Now, the police chief says he asked Steve Marshall to become involved in this case because of the national and even international attention the case has received over the last couple of weeks. Marshall says the monumental work of the Hoover Police Department resulted in the charges announced today. He says both state and federal law enforcement also played a role. And Marshall adds countless hours were spent and numerous resources used to search for Carlee Russell, a woman believed to have been abducted. Then there were volunteers who searched as well.
We intend to fully prosecute this case and look forward to working with the Hoover Police Department moving forward. We also would tell you that we will continue to monitor this investigation to determine whether or not there are any additional charges that need to be brought, and we'll evaluate those as the facts are presented.
And Birmingham trial lawyer Tommy James tells me it is unusual for an attorney general to prosecute misdemeanor charges, but he says this is an extraordinary case. He also adds that while the charges may not be what some wanted, he says they're still serious charges. Live in Hoover, Chip Scarborough, WVTM 13.
All right, Chip, thank you very much. Well, one of the questions that remains unanswered in this case is why? Why would Carlee Russell orchestrate such an elaborate hoax? I asked her attorney that, and coming up at 6 o'clock, hear what he had to say. Live in Birmingham, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
Lisa, thank you. As we've said before, Carlee Russell has quite the legal battle ahead.
She's charged with 2 misdemeanors, falsely reporting an incident and falsely reporting to law enforcement authorities. If convicted, both charges carry a penalty of up to a year in jail and a potential fine of up to $6,000.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow this case closely for you. Once Carlee heads to court, we will update you here and on our free WVTM 13 app.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, there was $63,000 raised for searching for Carlee Russell, and that's not going to be refunded, okay? There's a lot of people pissed because they're asking for their money back. But Crime Stoppers are saying, hey, we're not going to give you your money back, even though Carlee Russell, she didn't need to be searched for. Maybe they did spend that money searching for her. But maybe some of those people will be happy to know that the Alabama Attorney General basically vows to seek restitution from Carlee Russell if convicted in the kidnapping hoax. So she's already been fired from her spa job, okay, because apparently her coworkers were pissed, okay? People don't even want to work with her anymore, right? And she may or may not end up paying back some of this money that was spent to find her. So let's read about it. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall told Fox News Digital that the state will seek restitution in the Carlee Russell case if there's a conviction, and said that the hoax could have a, quote, crying wolf impact on the public. 24-year-old Russell was charged on Friday with misdemeanor false reporting of an incident and false reporting to law enforcement after she called 911 on July 13th at around 9:34 p.m. and said that there was a toddler on the side of the road in diapers, then went missing. She returned home on July 15th at around 10:45 p.m. near where police say she was seen walking along the sidewalk beforehand. Now, I'm not sure exactly what this woman's end goal was, right? That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm like, why would you do this in the first place? Like, what is the point? Russell's attorney, Emery Anthony, said in an email statement to the Hoover Police Department that his client admitted to never seeing a baby on Interstate 459 and was never a missing person. Quote, my client did not have any help in this incident. This was a single act done by herself, the statement said. Quote, my client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, and to her friends and family. Marshall made the comments during an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital on Friday after Russell was charged with 2 misdemeanors. Quote, that's our intention. If we're able to gain a conviction to be able to seek restitution, Marshall said. Quote, it is no doubt that part of her role that we have in this case is to not only develop the facts to present before the prosecution, but also to develop an argument relating to restitution. He said that the Alabama Attorney General's office will be reaching out to individual agencies involved in this investigation to ask if they are seeking a recovery of investigative costs. Hoover Police Chief Nick Derziz said on Friday that Marshall's office has agreed to, quote, adopt this case. The Alabama Attorney General also said there's a concern Carlee Russell's hoax may have a negative impact on future missing persons cases in regard to public attention. Quote, the thing that I think is the most harmful is that many members of the general public that came forward in response to the concern there was an abduction of a young female and trying to find her, Marshall said. And I think the concern there is similar to the old crying wolf story, right? Will you have that same public outpouring of help in the future if this arises? Yeah, I think that that's totally legitimate, right? Especially when it comes to black women, because, you know, according to the woke revolutionaries, black women are ignored the most, right? Nobody cares about the missing black woman, except in this case, people did care about the missing black woman, which is a direct contradiction to the narrative from the left, which is that when black women go missing, nobody cares, right? But in this case, people did care, okay? And it turned out to be a hoax. So, yeah, when it comes to believe black women, Carlee Russell definitely did not do black women any favors. And that is why a lot of black women are rightfully upset with her, because what she did was an injustice to black women who do go missing, right? So, you know, again, I hope that she does have to pay back the money, okay? Because she should. She should, if she can get a job, that is. She should be working to pay back that money, okay? And not only to just some of these organizations, but to people who donated to help find her, right? She should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, right? And to taxpayers get their money paid back. I'm so serious. People who fake claims of racism, who fake hate crimes against themselves, who fake these types of instances should face the maximal punishment, right? Just like if a woman fakes or falsely accuses a man of, you know, assaulting her or graping her, then she should face the same punishment that a man would face if convicted or found guilty of graping a woman, right? So, you know, these false allegations of kidnapping, again, they definitely have a negative impact on the public. They have a negative impact on women in general and on kidnapping cases in general, and she should pay for that. Quote, and one thing I know about the people of Alabama is that they are charitable and good folks, and they want to be able to help their neighbor, he said. Yeah, they did. They wanted to help find this black woman, which again goes against the narrative that there are all these racists in the country, okay, that hate black women, don't care about black women. When again, this black woman, when she went missing, again, it was a national news story, right? People were boohoo, whining and crying over this woman going missing. He said the case is, quote, a reflection of the lengths law enforcement will go in investigating a case and their willingness to follow the facts. Again, direct contradiction to the narrative, okay? These police officers, who otherwise would probably be called racist, went out of their way to find a black woman, right? And it was all for nothing. So I personally think that she should be punished to the full extent of the law. She should do some jail time. She should pay back taxpayers. She should pay back organizations that went out of their way to try to find her. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. And maybe, just maybe, she'll face more serious charges. Who knows? But regardless, I'm glad. The one thing I'm not seeing is the woke revolutionary that comes out and defend her and say, oh, she's a black woman and she shouldn't face any punishment. We need to forgive her. She shouldn't be held accountable. Haven't seen any of that, right? Trust me, I look for it, right? I look long and hard for the woke revolutionary that would come out here and defend this woman. Couldn't find it, at least up until now, right? As of the making of this video, I'm sure somebody would come out and tell us why these charges are racist and why she's being treated differently than white people. But they are going to be in the very, very, very small minority, because I think that a vast majority of people, regardless of race, I think agree that this woman should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.